Hey, 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 it's Trey. I'm goofy. So, welcome back to another Advent adventure. And, so, this is what I did. I played all night, guys. So, this was the thing that I made. It goes like this. And I kept playing with it. And these are actually different colored beads. And I just kept playing with it. This is what came in the Advent. And then the other is what I had. So I had a real fun time. This is what came with the Advent, and then I had these already. So I ended up playing with the beads that I had, and I made this little star. I made this little cup, and then I found this technique that I really liked, where I ironed it to where it was really flat on this side, but then I didn't even iron this side at all, and I just really liked the way that looked. So I did a burger. I got these patterns online. I just Googled perler beads patterns. And so you got French fries and a hamburger and a soda. I think they're cute. I did Oogie Boogie when I was kind of playing around with the technique. I did a little round watermelon pattern. Then I did a little ice cream. And you can tell which ones I did kind of last because they have this technique. And this was like one of the more early ones where I was playing with it. And then this is supposed to be a bow tie, like a rainbow pixelated bow tie. And it didn't really come out all that well. And then I did a little tree. This is one of the first ones I did. Then I did a small star. And this is one of the last ones I did, as you can tell. This is also one of the last ones I did. A little kawaii popsicle. And I did some toast, some kawaii toast. And then this is supposed to be a ketchup and mustard bottle. Aren't they cute? So I had a lot of fun playing with those. So let's put you aside. I have no idea what the project is. So we're on day 7. I don't see. No, there's 7. We already did 7, so I guess we're on 8. 6. Here's 8. Amber, hush it. I can't even see. I'm trying to see if you can see it on camera, but I can't tell, so I'm just going to open it. Well, you should be able to see it, even if I can't see it. I got a little dental. Look. Ooh, how fun! Nice. Oh, I had my big jug of beads sitting right behind me. I didn't know it. It even comes with the paint. I love it. So cute. I'll have to take a picture, get a picture of my husband and put it in there. Sweet. Okay. No, not that brush. Yes, I'm probably still wearing the same shirt you've seen me in probably days before. This is one of my favorite house shirts. So, it's by Hello Mellow. If you ever have any time to get Hello Mellow, please do. There's no brown. They didn't give us a brown. I need a brown. I'm sorry, but I'm not. Not having it. Yes, Amber. You need me, Amber? She must have been talking to her sister. Oh, I'm trying to get my brown paint, so I'm going to use this folk art. This is cinnamon. I must have got this at Hobby Lobby when they were on sale. I'll take all this out so that I don't get paint on it. I just realized that's out. Amber, really? Really? Do you have to be so loud? I'm such the queen of just using whatever I have handy. Little girl, stop screaming. Oh, that was almost a disaster. hmm. How should I do this? When Kenan was a little boy, preschool, I worked a lot with him with arts and crafts. Kenan was born premature. He was 2 pounds and 14 ounces, and he was first diagnosed with cerebral palsy because he was very stiff, but he does not have that. But he had all kinds of problems when he was a young child. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'll have to tell you about it. Um, Crossing midline, uh, sensory, lots of sensory issues. And then as he got older, he was diagnosed with ADHD. But I'm laughing because he had a developmental specialist, and she was this older lady, and she never had kids, and she never even learned to drive. So like she had a driver that would come and pick her up and take her to work every day because she never learned to drive. And so she was a little eccentric, but she was really good in what she does. But when Kenan was probably about 3, I had an appointment, and it was like near his nap time. So he was like overly tired. I mean, if you have kids, you know how they get. He was like overly tired and just not really willing to cooperate and all that. And she was so just exasperated by him. And, and she looked at me and she said, "He is the most ADHD child I have ever seen." I was like, thanks. And then when we took Kenan to the ADHD specialist, he said on a scale of 1 to 10 of ADHD, Kenan is a 20, which I loved. But honestly, he's not really ADHD. I mean, he is sorta, but really he's in this weird blend area, but he's way more autistic than he is ADHD now. So, I mean, can you grow out of it? I don't know. So, I don't know how much of his ADHD-ness was really ADHD and how much of it was just developmental issues with social norms and all that. So, when he was little, I used to do a lot of arts and crafts with him. And every year I would pick like a craft to do like for the grandparents because I thought it would be, like a really cute Christmas present, and they really loved them. So, at one year we did those little applesauce and cinnamon ornaments, and we did gingerbread men, and then I had him like carve little faces with toothpicks, and I'm telling you, some of them are so hilarious. I love them so much because I had him make some for the grandparents, and of course, I always kept one for me, and always called it like a Kennan production, I think. And he made the ones that I kept. The the gingerbread men look so mean. They're like so mad and angry. It's hilarious. I love them so much. And I love when I pull them out. And we actually did not pull out the ornaments this year, and it just made me sad because I miss seeing them. And It's hilarious because we have one tree upstairs, and it's our purple and silver tree, because purple is my husband's favorite color. So I did a purple and silver tree upstairs, and that's all it has is mainly purple and silver balls, like glass balls. And then it has like a few silver ornaments. Like I got one for Jeremy that says Rock Star because we always call him Rock Star. It's one of his nicknames. And there's one I think that says 2010. That's the year that Jeremy and I got married. Um, so yeah, so there's only like a few of those. And then downstairs in Jeremy's area is the family tree where we put like ornaments that people give us, ornaments that we've collected over the years. We've gotten into the habit of, ever since we bought that one from when we got married, that if we have a life event that year, we buy an ornament for it. Like I got the cats an ornament for this year. And like we went to Colorado and I got us an ornament for that. Um, I have an old ornament for when I was pregnant with Kenan, and it's so funny because every year when every year I put it on the tree, and then if I put it on the front of the tree later when I come in, it's always in the back of the tree. Jeremy absolutely cannot handle looking at that ornament. It bothers him so much. It's so sweet. So sweet. He knows he screwed up. For those of you all who don't know, Jeremy and I were high school sweethearts. He was my first high school romance, and he broke up with me um, over something stupid. And then we pined for each other for years and years and years, and we finally got it back together in 2009, and we quickly got married. And it's been bliss ever since. No, it hasn't. Every marriage is rough. The hardest thing with mine and Jeremy's marriage um, was him unlearning baggage from his first marriage. Can I get a holla in the comments down below for those in your second marriage? Him and his first wife used to fight all the time, and it's all he knew. And she was vicious, so he would fight. I mean, he would go through the throat, and was not used to that. Me and my first husband never fought. Never fought. Him and I, we got along really great, but the thing was, is there was just no passion in the relationship. We were friends, but and I love him. I love him still, and we get along great, and we have a great time when we're together. But he was my best friend. He should not have been a romantic partner for me. Um, so I have to concentrate in this little area. Oh, so yeah. I married my high school sweetheart like 30 something years later. My first love. I always, before Kenan started dating, and I always tell him, be careful who you date, be careful who you first give your heart to. Be careful who you first give your first to, if you know what I mean. And I told him, I was like, I don't know what it is and I can't explain it, but you will be tied to them for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. And Kenan was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I said, the Bible tells us that we're joined together. I was like, and you will be joined. I said, I can tell you, there's just something about your first love. For the majority of people, I don't know if it's like idealized or, you idealize it in your mind or what. But, the thing is with Jeremy, well, let's tell you the story of Jeremy. First of all, I met Jeremy through a really good friend. His name was Chris. Um, Chris and I were really good friends. He lived down the street from me, and I adored him as a friend. And Chris was in love with me big time, and tried and tried and tried to get with me, but that's just I was not interested in Chris in that way. So one day I was at school and I was a sophomore. Chris was a freshman, and so was Jeremy. And I saw Chris and Jeremy talking in the hall. And Jeremy had this long hair, and he had on this long earring too. He just looked so good. He was so beautiful to me. So and then Jeremy walked off, and I walked up to Chris and I said, "Hey, who was that?" And he said, "That's Jeremy." And I was like, "Does he have a girlfriend?" And Chris went, "No, why? Do you like him?" I just will never forget that because I just know it hurt his feelings. But I was like, "Yeah, I do. I do. I think he's pretty cool." And so he went and told Jeremy that I was interested and pointed me out and gave Jeremy my phone number. And Jeremy called me that night and we started dating. And we talked on the phone and we talked on the phone and all that. He broke up with me, I remember, because he said that I was flirting with some other guy. And he broke up with me and he regretted it. He said he regretted it almost immediately, but his pride would not allow him to date me. So he said he worshiped me from afar. I thought that's so sweet. And of course, I just turned into the total ice queen. Um, so anytime I'd see him, I'd act like I was too cool for school and turn up my nose and act like I hated him. I just acted like he was scum of the earth. And then I'd go home and cry and write about it in my journal about how much I loved him. But the thing is with Jeremy, I don't think I finished my thought on this, is when I first met him and we first started talking, I knew. I knew without a doubt he was the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. I just knew. I knew we were compatible. I mean, I felt it all the way down. I just knew. And really, everybody else that I dated after that really didn't hold a candle, and I just really didn't feel anything for them. I mean, it was okay, I guess. I don't know. I guess it was more how they made me feel than really what I felt about them. I guess is really what it comes down to. And I'm an Aquarius, and I don't know if you know any other Aquarius, but we tend to be pretty cold people, anyways. We're not the warmest of people. Even though we may care about you, we really probably won't show it. Um, so yeah, he was really the only one I truly, truly, truly wanted. And then I got him years and years later. So let's see what this paint's like. It's already on my thumb. That actually looks like pretty good thick paint. Let's do red and green on the scarf striped. My stomach is growling. I hope you guys can't hear it. So me and my friends use this app called Marco Polo. Have any of you guys heard about it? It's kind of like a video chatting thing. So we make a group and then I can get on there and I just make a video of me talking or whatever. And then they can watch it at their leisure. They can watch it either while I'm doing it, so you can watch it live, or you can just watch whenever. And it's been really great. It's been really, really good for me and my best friend in Kentucky because neither one of us like to talk on the phone, nor do we like to chat live because we have anxiety. Um, that's one of the reasons why I don't do live you do YouTube live because I don't like being live. I don't like that. But what's so funny about Marco Polo is like you can't change what you say. So like I can't just go back and delete a video if I don't like it. So once you say it, it's out there. So it is kind of like being live in that way. But I like it because you can start it and stop it at your own leisure and things like that. So last night I was sitting there watching TV and my Marco Polo notification keeps going off like crazy. Jeremy's like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "I have no idea." And I look, and it's my friend group. And there's 4 of us. And the 3 girls chatted all night. And I woke up this morning, I ended up with 40 40 videos to catch up on. I'm still not caught up. I love that program so much, but it is so expensive for like the premium version. I would love to get the premium version just to support them because I just love how it's brought me and my best friend back together and just what joy that's brought into my life. Guys, you just can't even know. You just can't even know. I've missed her for so long and it's just so funny. We met in Georgia and basically I forced her to be my friend. Um I walked into college and she was sitting there and she had her cigarettes. I smoked at the time. She had her cigarettes out on the table. And I said, "Hey, is anybody sitting here?" And she said, "No." And I threw my books down next to her and I said, "You smoke?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Come on, let's smoke." And that's how we became best friends. We were best friends ever since then. I love her with all my heart. And I always have. But we would go long periods without talking because we would only like communicate like through Facebook or through Facebook Messenger. Because, like I said, neither one of us liked to talk on the phone. And, we didn't want a video chat either because that's still kind of like talking on the phone. And it just puts us on the spot and we don't like it. So, but even through all these years, if anybody asked me who my best friend was, I always said her. Even if I hadn't talked to her in months, I would say, "Yeah, Nisa. Nisa's my best friend." And we could always just drop off and drop right back in, on anything. We never missed any major life events. Anything like that, we would always say, "Hey, this happened," "Hey, my dad's in the hospital," or, all that. We would never not communicate. Anything major like that in our life, we would definitely reach out to the other one. But it's just so nice to be a part of her daily life now. Getting to see her dog and just hang out with her. Like the other day, her and her mom, the other day, it was yesterday, her mom, her mom and her went to a antique mall and like she showed me around and that was just so cool. I just loved it so much. Um, it was so fun. I'm going to use this white, but I'll probably end up putting glitter on this because I am the glitter queen, in case y'all didn't know. I would prefer it if you guys would refer to me as the glitter queen from now on. I think it's funny. You all know, well, you all probably don't know, but a lot of you probably know that Michael Jackson was called the King of Pop, right? Well, I remember when that happened, and I just happened to be listening to Howard Stern, and I think it was on like maybe Sirius XM or whatever, And he was so mad. Honestly, I can't remember where I was listening to him, but I heard him. And I don't normally, this looks horrible. And I don't normally listen to Howard Stern, but I just so happened to have had him on. And he was so mad that Michael Jackson had named himself King of All Media. It just flew all over him. I don't like the white. The white is not good. The green and red are really good. So, but the white leaves a little something to be desired. Maybe it's just a little too thick or something. Is my head all in the frame? Yeah, look, you could. Oh, there's my nose ring. Let me try it again because I do need to clean it up. Does it bother you guys when I put my head in frame? It doesn't really bother me if I'm watching somebody's overhead view and they get in the frame. It doesn't bother me. I get tickled when somebody's showing something and they get off frame. And they're like, here, let me show you how to do this foot. See this? You just do this. You just go back and forth and you can just might be see a little and then they look up and go, oh no, I was completely off frame. I don't know why I get tickled at that. The silliest things tickle me. Clean up my brush, clean up my brush. All right, get out my glitter glue. I think that Jeremy and Kenan got me this glue for Christmas several years ago. And I've usually when I go have any kind of glitter glue, this is what I use. And I still got quite a bit. I think I've used it. Well, I think I've used about that much. That's pretty good for several years. Willow, did you need something, baby? Willow, Willow, Willow squeaking in the background. Hello. Have you come to see me? Hey. Hey, Willow. Hey, you're a pretty girl. I know the light's in your eyes. Are you a good girl? Are your mama's good girl? You see this little mark on your ear right here? That one right there? I always think that it's a sore. And I was like, oh, you've hurt your ear. But it's not. It's her marking. She also has stripes on her ear. I'm sorry. Is mama showing your ear? Look at little toe beans. I love little black toe beans. Oh, you don't want to show them your little rabbit feet? Rabbit feet. Look how tiny your toes are. It's a good girl. You're not gonna purr. You're not gonna purr. You're just gonna trill. You're gonna trill. Oh, you're gonna rub on my fingers. You rub my fingers, yeah. So why are you holding me way out like this? I don't understand. I always think this too is a sore, but it's her markings. I don't know what her mouth looks like. She doesn't let me open her mouth very much. So I don't know if she has like markings on the top of her mouth. You gonna let me open your mouth? Yeah, she's got some black markings on the top of her mouth. She's so funny. She does not like people messing with her mouth. They tried to give her some dewormer and she put her little paws up and just knocked that dewormer everywhere. It was hilarious. She's so wiggly. Wiggly squiggly. And she's so tiny. And, you know, cats are liquid anyways. And then to be so tiny, she's so hard to hold sometimes. And then you got Ember, who is big and strong. Ember's strong. Ember scares me sometimes when she tenses up. Because she could hurt me bad. And Ember does... See, Brocky was a strong cat. She was smaller, but really, really strong. She was mainly an outside cat, so she hunted a lot. But I never worried about Rocky hurting me because Rocky trusted me completely, which was really a interesting dynamic, considering that I got Rocky when she was an adult cat. I think she was about 4 years old when we adopted her, and she trusted me completely. I could do anything in the world to that cat. I've popped abscessed on her. I mean, I've unblocked anal glands. I did all kinds of stuff on her. She got attacked by some pit bulls that lived up the street. And these weren't your sweet ones. These were like trained attack dogs. They were really scary. I was so glad when they moved out because I got nothing to get pits. To me, pits make some of the best dogs ever, and it's all about how you. And to me, it's any dog. It's all about how you raise a dog. So, there was 3 of them that got a hold of her and almost killed her. And I was actually at Bible study when it happened. And when I got home, Jeremy and Kenan told me about it. And they said, we've been out looking for her and we can't find her. So I figured she was out dead somewhere. But I went and I looked. And when I called for her, she called out to me. And I went and got her. And I picked her up and brought her back home. And she had a huge gash on her side, like on her leg, like in her thigh, I guess you could say. And it broke my heart. But I nursed her back to health. And I guess ever since then, it was just like she knew she could trust me. So when she would get hurt, she would come to me, and then she would just be still for the most part. There was sometimes she would whine or whatever, and then I would give her a break. Um, but she would just sit there. Like when I popped that abscess on her, I was kind of nervous about it. But I got like the hydrogen peroxide and everything, and I got it, and I barely squeezed, and she kind of jumped a little bit. And she went, oh, and I stopped. And, I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then she just laid there, and I did a little bit more, and I felt her tense up a little bit, but she didn't whine. And I got a lot of it out and cleaned it up and, all that. And then she'd whine, and I'd give her a break, So, I got a lot of glue. I'm going to put that on something else, but I was going to see. I don't have a face. I was looking to see if I had a face around here, but I don't. I don't have any magazine people nearby. Why don't I have any magazine people nearby? I don't have any people around me. Oh well. There he is. We'll just pop this face back in for now. Alright, this is our craft for today. Thanks for listening to me talk about my semi-autistic son. How I met my husband. And other rarities. Thanks, guys.